At the end of the Somgathon Sea Trials video for the Belfast 43, I did say I would continue to tweak and modify the settings for the ship and the commander, and that is what I have done. But first, before I show you those changes, let's go back and review the stats with those old settings from the Somgathon Sea Trials video. And the big thing here is the torpedoes. Reload time is 55.4 seconds. Range is 8 kilometers and the speed is 65 knots. And then the next thing that will be changing is the maneuverability here. The rudder shift time is currently at 4.8 seconds. And then the concealment detectability range by sea is 10.7 kilometers. Range by air is 7.2 kilometers. And detectability while firing in the smoke is 5.7 kilometers. And that is most important for the Somgathon build and setup here. So the first thing that I will go over is the changes I made to Reginald Tyrwhitt, and specifically I was looking at slot number 3, which will be Torpedo Safari. Torpedo range will be increased 16%, and the destroyer main battery range is decreased by 7%, but we do not have a destroyer, so this is all good right here. And the old setting was back in stock, which helped out the torpedo launcher reload time. So the next thing is the upgrade slot number 3 on the Belfast 43, and I had selected steering gears mod 3 for the Somgathon Sea Trials video, and I was talking about going to concealment system mod 1 so that I would be able to get in closer to the red team before I activate my smoke screen. So with those changes, let's see what has happened to the stats. And the torpedo reload time has gone up to 61.2 seconds from 55 seconds, so you do get 6-second longer torpedo reload time, but the range does go up to 9.3 kilometers and the speed does stay the same. Maneuverability rudder shift time goes up to 7.9 seconds, up from 4.8 seconds. You can get this rudder shift time all the way down to 3.3 seconds with Tenant and an Agile build. But the fact of the matter is, as far as I have seen, if you're in the open water, you're going to get blown out, and I don't really think a quicker rudder shift time will help you out ultimately. And then the concealment is kind of the big thing here with upgrade slot number 3. Detectability range by sea goes down to 9.6 kilometers. Range by air is 6.4 kilometers. And unfortunately, the detectability while firing into the smoke stays the same at 5.7 kilometers. So those are the changes that I have made, and I did go out in a standard battle after I made these changes, and I've got the following highlight. Check it out. Alright, so this is an epicenter match in the Islands of Ice, and you can see we're a few minutes in. We have 8 hits, 1 fire, and 6,068 damage, and this is a Yamato that I'm going to be focusing on for quite a bit of the match. It seems like he is stuck right there, and I am going to maneuver up to a point where I'm going to be able to activate my smoke screen and whittle him down and ultimately fire some of these torpedoes at him with this longer range of 9.3 kilometers. And this time I will remember to use a single fire torpedoes, and that is going to be quite effective here because the Yamato is going to be nose on. So there I did light up my radar, and that lightning was visible for a second, but I wasn't really able to get a good shot on that lightning. So now we're going to move up here. As long as we're not spotted, we're going to move up here and take advantage of the 9.6 kilometer detection range with the slot number 3 concealment mod. And I would not be able to do this if I did not have that slot selected. So if I didn't have a big time concealment here, I wouldn't be able to sneak up to this Yamato and activate my smoke. I would be visible basically right now at 10.7 kilometers with the old settings. So here I have a little bit more than a kilometer of distance to play with. And I'm going to come up here, and this guy, you can tell right now that he's kind of stuck right there in the channel. He's going to do some 3 or 4 point maneuvering to try to back out and maneuver around. I'm not really sure how he got stuck there, but here you can see he is nose on, and I do activate the smoke. And I'm just going to sit right here and just start nailing him. I do have Armor Piercing selected because I'm still trying to see if I can get some broadside hits on some cruisers to try to check out the Citadel potential of the Belfast 43. But right here, you can see that that ship is right on the edge of detection. He was like right at 9.6 kilometers. The torpedoes are 9.3 kilometers. So if he moves out a little bit from being wedged into that island, I'm figuring that these torpedoes will get a hit. So here you can see that I do have a good bead on him, and those torpedoes being single fire, that is a big bonus here with a battleship just sitting nose on like that. You can really get some good hits if you get a good target. You can see I'm a little bit over to the left, but it looks like ultimately one of the torpedoes will get the Yamato. And there is another cruiser over there. I believe that is Edinburgh. And the Edinburgh is going to have a unfortunate mishap with a torpedo a bit later on here. But there you can see that those torpedoes would have hit, but he is 0.4 kilometers outside of the range of the torpedoes. So had he have moved forward to try to maneuver around, we would have had some torpedo hits right there. And there, this is almost too good of an option. I figure that he is going to be moving out eventually, and I am holding off on the torpedoes at the moment, but I am definitely thinking of taking some shots on him when I get any indication that he is moving forward. But for now, I have switched to HE, and I am taking some shots at him. So there, I did activate the next smoke screen. He is moving out, and I am going to fire the torpedoes right into that slot right there, because he would definitely get hit right now. So I'm going to try to hug the island as much as I can with this next torpedo aim. And there are some more HE shells that missed. I shot over the Yamato. That is bad. And he's just stuck there, so he is going to start backing up and do the 3-point backup maneuver I was mentioning. And that is when the torpedoes look like a great opportunity right here. So my intention with this torpedo launch is to nail the Yamato as he's backing up. But he doesn't have much health left, and it looks like he is getting nailed pretty good. So it looks like a lot of the blue team is focusing on him. Look at all those shells hit. That is unbelievable. This guy is not going to be around for much longer. We have 124 hits, 40,000 damage. Yet another fire, so that is awesome. And the guns on this ship are so accurate. I don't really mind having Tyrwitt as a commander because I don't really need much help with the accuracy of the main guns. It's survivability and maneuverability that, for me anyway, is important on the Belfast 43. And there are the 2 torpedo hits I was mentioning that Edinburgh just stumbled into those torpedoes as they were intended for the Yamato. So that is awesome. I really never thought I would get any kind of torpedo hits with the Belfast 43, and there I was visible for a second, and I'm continuing the Somgathon. I'm going to hope that the Massachusetts does not have a good bead on me after I went back into my smoke. So I am backing up a little bit, and generally what I try to do is maneuver just a little bit within the smoke screen so that I do not go outside the boundaries of the smoke screen. And the biggest problem, frankly, that I have with the Somgathon build is remembering to go slow enough so that I do not overrun my smoke screen once I activate it. Or even when I'm in a match here, I'll find that as I'm firing at these red team ships, I will accidentally hit the speed button to go forward. This one was intentional because I am going to use the island right here for cover, and I'm going to close in on these battleships and hope to get into a better position to continue hitting them. I am out of smoke, so I don't have any more of the Somgathon. That was it back there. Basically 73,000 damage on the Yamato and whatever I took on the Edinburgh right there. But I'm kind of hoping that the Massachusetts will decide to come down this channel here. Even though I am at full health, basically, I know that if I go out in the open water, these battleships will eliminate me almost immediately. So I'm going to be very careful going out in the open water and hope that somehow I can survive. And right here, I am hoping to go out and get a good torpedo shot on them. And here these guys are stumbled into each other, and this is unbelievable. So I figure that they are plenty confused, and I'm hoping that they don't really aim their guns at me. So it looks like it looks like the first is now aiming his guns at me. So here the steering gears are good enough to get out of the way of that shot, and frankly I don't believe it. I really expected I would get nailed big time, and now unbelievably these torpedoes are within range, and I would not be able to do this without the Safari setting on Tyrwitt. So I would not have the 9.3 kilometer range or greater than 8 kilometer range here. So this is all part of the benefit of the Somgathon setting, is the longer range torpedoes and the tighter concealment.
Our victory is in sight.
So there are some more shots on the first, and I'm going to use this island as cover. It looks like the first's guns are pointing at one of my teammates. So as long as he's not pointing at me, I am happy to sit here and just start peppering this guy with these high explosive shells, hoping to start a fire. That really does seem to be the best way to get damage with this ship, is with the high explosive shells and their fires. So okay, so we've got 6 fires so far. We have 207 main gun hits, and that is the other battleship over there, the Massachusetts, is taking a shot at me, so I definitely want to get out of here. Luckily, I have full health, and if this guy really hit me that good, the full health really wouldn't matter. But for some reason, the aim is off, and so you got to be lucky sometimes, and I think I was definitely lucky there. Here you can see the first is going to be, looks like he's going to go in the channel there, and I am going to get a shot on the first. I'm turning around so that I can get my other torpedo launcher on the right side of the ship over on the first, and there he is right there in the channel. And this is bad news for me because A, this is broadside, B, he just took out my torpedo launcher right there. Isn't that always the way that it seems to go? And I'm hoping that my speed will carry me behind this island before he can get reloaded in 20 seconds. But now I've got another problem because I'm afraid if I go too far forward in this path, I'm going to be visible to the Massachusetts over there. So I'm stopping, and now you can see the torpedo launcher has recovered, and I'm going to take some shots at the first with these single fire torpedoes. And I'm still moving in toward the island because as the first comes out, I don't want him to have a shot on me. There I'm going to take a shot right on the tip of his bow, and I am spotted by this Massachusetts. So what I feared, in fact, happened. So now my best opportunity, my best option, I don't know if it's an opportunity, it's a bad opportunity is what it is, but my best option is to go nose on and not give the Massachusetts a big target. So I have 20 seconds or 30 seconds, I figure, between his main gun reload right there, between his main gun shots, to turn around and try to inflict more damage and start a fire and go stern onto him. So here he did hit me again, but it was minor damage actually, so that is great. I'm pretty happy about that. And now I'm not visible to anybody. The first is taken out. We are up to 109,000 damage. So between all those fires and the torpedo hits, we did get a devastating strike medal, it looks like. 109,000 damage, as I said. So this is a great match. Looks like we're easily going to win. And actually, this is a rare win in the Belfast 43 for me. A lot of times, in addition to getting wiped out, it seems like I've been on the losing end of things. So here I am going to win one. The whole plan right here is basically to survive. So the Khabarovsk over there looks like it is a good target. So I'm going to take some shots, hoping to get some random blind kills. I mean, this isn't really a blind fire, but in some ways it is, because I can't see the ship. Auto aim said that I could get a hit, and that was what I was going on. And this is really an extreme distance right there. It doesn't matter because the match is over. All right, well, that was a big time victory for the Belfast 43 with these new tweaked Somgathon settings. 435,000 credits, 109,000 battle performance, 233 main gun hits, 2 torpedo hits, a destroyed ship, 7 fires, 2 floodings for those torpedoes. That is awesome. You can see, since I was running the epic boosters, I did get a lot of XP there on that match. And the devastating strike medal. So let's see how we did on the team result. All right, well, second place overall, I will take that. That is my best match in the Belfast 43 to date. Looked like the first on the other team did have a good match over there. And by the time it was all said and done, we did clear 287,000 credits. So we definitely made some money on that match. All right, well, that's it for the Belfast 43. For me, I had very bad luck with the conventional cruiser commander setups, and the Somgathon here is about the only way I was able to get some decent damage and survive a match and actually get a victory. This is the Jaguar, and I'll see you on the high seas. Thanks for watching, and subscribe if you like it.